Welcome. My name is Joseph, and in this class, this weekly online YouTube class, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on improving your reading, your listening, your speaking, and your writing skills, not only for the TOEFL, but for your general academic English. And today we're going to focus on the word hypothesis, a word that occurs frequently from our analysis of TOEFL readings. So let's go ahead and get started. To improve our writing score, we're going to make sure that we actually know how to spell this word effectively when we have to use it in our essays. So we spell this word Hy-POTH-E-sis, hypothesis. So what I'd love for you to do right now is go ahead and pause the video so you can write this out in your scratch paper 7 times so that when you write it in your essay, you can write it effectively. So let's go ahead and do that now. To improve your listening and your speaking, we need to learn how to say this word and hear it effectively. So we remember from last week that when we have a word that has more than one vowel sound, we break it into syllables. So in this case, hypothesis has 4 vowel sounds. Hy-POTH-e-sis. So one of those is going to get the accent, which means we're going to say it louder than the other parts. In this case, it's the second one, poth. So we say this word, hypothesis. Not hypothesis, but hypothesis. So guess what I'd love for you to do right now? Let's go ahead and pause the video so you can practice it 7 times and really learn how to say it well. So let's go ahead and do that now. To continue to improve our listening and our speaking skills, we're going to work on the TH sound in the word hypothesis. So in order to make this sound effectively, we've got to focus on 5 parts. Now I know that this sound is a lot of trouble for a lot of students, but if you just focus on these 5 parts and don't forget them, I'm certain you won't have trouble with it anymore, but you just got to remember them. So the first thing is that our lips are relaxed when we make this sound, right? There's no pressure on them, and that the air passes through our mouth and not our nose. So, right? So relaxed lips through the mouth. Now the third thing is the most important thing. We got to rest our tongue on our teeth in order to make this sound and shoot the air between the tongue and the teeth. So we do this not by sticking our tongue out as far out as it can go or by peeking it out because it's kind of embarrassed to see what's out there. We do it by just resting it on our teeth. Right? Just like that. The fourth thing is that this is a voiceless sound. So if you put your fingers on your throat, you're going to notice that there's no vibration. And the fifth thing is equally as important as the placement of the tongue, so you've got to remember to do this. And that's that the sound is a long sound and not a short sound. So when you make it, don't move your tongue as you're making it, and don't try to make it quickly. It needs to last 1 or 2 seconds to be effective and to be clear to the person listening to you. So we don't say hypothesis, because then that sounds like a D or a T, and all our hard work is just wasted. We say hypothesis, right? Hypothesis. So what I'd love for you to do right now is pause the video so you can try it out 7 times to make sure that you master not only this word, but this sound. So let's go ahead and do that now. To improve our reading and our listening skills, we have to know what this word actually means. So hypothesis means an imagined idea, a guess, an unproven explanation. And we use it either as a noun, hypothesis, as a verb, hypothesize, as an adjective, hypothetical, or as an adverb, hypothetically. Regardless, they all mean the same thing. Now, let's come up with a hypothetical situation to clear the meaning of this word up. So there I used hypothetical as an adjective to talk about situation, a noun. What kind of situation? An imagined situation. Now let's say that we have a friend, John, and John is a research scientist. So unfortunately for him, he has a lot of credit card debt and he doesn't know what to do. So one day he's staying up late at night and he imagines, he thinks, he hypothesizes that he can come up with a way to convert something like wood into gold and solve all of his problems. So hypothesizes right there is used as a verb to mean imagine. Now what he thinks is he thinks that this can hypothetically happen if he comes up with the right chemical process. He is a research scientist after all, right? So there I used hypothetically as an adverb to talk about the verb happen. It didn't really happen, but it's imagined to have happened. This is what we think is able to happen. So what he does is he gets to his garage, he gets out a piece of wood and he burns it, he cuts it, he throws stuff on it, and he cries on it out of frustration because he can't convert this piece of wood into gold. So unfortunately, he can't solve his problems. And John, Well, his hypothesis was wrong. And there I used hypothesis as a noun to talk about the idea that he thought up, but that was unproven. So unfortunately for him again, doesn't work out, doesn't get the money, doesn't solve the problem, but he's a great example for us to learn from. Now for the best part of the class. This is where we get to review the work that you guys sent in last week. So last week we focused on virtually, an adverb that means just about or almost. And the sentence that we're analyzing comes from a user, Choxon5000, so great name. Now, the sentence that we're actually analyzing is everybody can virtually improve their speaking skills. Now, there's two things about this sentence that we can learn from. The first is the usage. If we think about it, virtually means almost, right? So this sentence is saying everybody can almost improve their speaking skills. Now, improve means get better, either a little bit or a lot, but it means get better. If we almost get better, that means we don't. We actually stay the same. We tried, we almost did, but we're still at the same level. So I don't think we're trying to say that everybody can stay at the same level. What we probably want to say is, to make it a little more fluent and capture the meaning, everybody can virtually perfect their speaking skills. So if we think about it, this is probably the meaning because we want to say that maybe not everybody can be perfect, but if we work hard and we try hard, we can get close. Now the second thing that we're going to work on is the grammar. So there's a little bit of difficulty between everybody and there because there's a lack of agreement. Everybody is singular. We say everybody is, not everybody are. And there, as we should know, is plural, more than one. So they don't agree. So there's two ways to fix this. We can say everybody can virtually perfect his or her speaking skills. And if we don't like that, making them both singular, we don't like it because it's too wordy, we can replace it to people can virtually perfect their speaking skills, making them both plural. So a great sentence. Thanks for sending it in, and I hope you learned a lot from it. Now it's time for the next best part of the class, and that's where you actually get to learn how you're going to submit your material to me next week so that we can review it and all learn from it. So what we're going to do this week is record ourselves giving an example answer to TOEFL speaking question number 1 using this word at least once. So here's your question. If your friend had difficulty speaking in front of a large group of people, what advice would you give him or her and why? Use specific reasons and details to support your answer. So we'll answer it in the standard TOEFL format. Give yourself about 15 seconds to prepare. Make sure you come up with 2 reasons, a nice strong answer, and detailed examples, and record yourself for 45 seconds. So please click on the link below, and it's going to take you directly to a page on NoteFull.com where as long as you have a microphone, you'll be able to click record and it'll take your audio. And you'll also be able to click play so you'll listen to it, make sure you like it, feel comfortable with it before you submit it, and if you need to, you'll be able to re-record it. So I hope that you all do that because it's not only going to benefit you, it's going to benefit everybody, and it's going to give me plenty of material to work with. Also, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the link above so that you know when the next video is out. And if you guys want to ask me any questions or you have any concerns or you want to email me your recordings as MP3 attachments, you can email me at myclass@notefull.com. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.